Once again, I am coming to you, the whiskey people, to do all the hard work for me. So I bashed out a video a few weeks back, maybe a few months back, where I dived into my top 5 Islay bottles. A spicy topic where I put forward my drams, but this is now a little follow-up where I've crowdsourced your picks to see if we're compatible and what you think is the best Islay Scotch. So welcome back to GWhisky, the whiskey slapper in the shirt and shades. And if this sounds good, slap subscribe. But for now, let's crack on. GWhisky. So I am grateful to have so many people give their picks. So let's just fly on. We're going straight in with Lee J, the Whiskey Liberation Front, a Somerset hero in the whiskey world. Starting off with a Bunnahabhain 12, a solid whiskey, not one that I quite does it for me, and I've had a bad mouldy bottle which has certainly tainted it.
Smells like a tainted cheese.
Recently, I've seen others have suffered the same fate when the bottles were purchased from a certain website. I won't say which one, but let's say it's named after a rainforest.
Boy, that's a tough one.
4th place, he's picking Kilchoman Madeira cask. Cannot complain about that at all. Then coming in with a couple of cult picks, the Ardbeg Wee Beastie, followed by the Ardbeg Ugadal in second. Wee Beastie does slap, and the Ugadal made it into my top 5, so at least we know you're a man of taste, Lee J.
They say you are a man of good taste.
Solid lineup. Now on to Whiskey and Wine Trails. You know him as the man in the desert giving bottles a spank. But as he says, in no particular order, this is my world with my rules, so we're going to work from the bottom up. Number 5, another Kilchoman. This is the Snag. All aboard the Kilchoman train. The Snag. The Sanugi gets a lot of love, and in truth, I need to catch up. I think I've tried it, but if so, I can't really remember it. Next, we're going to the Bunnahabhain 18. I know Vin is a fan, and again, more love to Buna. This is getting pretty pricey now at £130, but to be fair, with the Islay tax and the age, 130 quid ain't too bad.
You've changed, man.
Now he's making me look like a fool because in my review I said I think this bottle was getting less popular, and he's gone for another Ardbeg Ugadal. It's 3 for 3. Coming in second is the Laphroaig Cardiers. If I say it quickly and confidently, people won't notice. Laphroaig Cardiers.
Nailed it, man.
2023. Let's see what this is. So not a bottle that I know. I'm aware of this Cardiers range, but I've never tried one. Should be up my jam, to be fair. This one seems to be white port and Madeira. Sounds pretty amazing. Madeira certainly seems more popular these days. Then his top pick, another Buna, the Car Strength 2022. So this is a bottle that a lot of folks got pumped about. I'm not sure which year I've tried one. I was impressed, but again, I didn't make a note because I'm a spanner who doesn't know how to do a whiskey review channel.
Sheesh, talk about amateur hour.
Strong list there. Now on to a man who may know a little about smoke. We all know him as Pete Head. His number 5 pick is a bit of a cheat and lists out a couple of Scotch Malt Whisky Society's Kalilas. I'm glad to see Kalila in there. Really underrated, especially like their independent bottles that get put out are just banging. He's put in some codes, so let's see if I can work out what they are.
These numbers mean nothing to me.
On paper, Scotch Malt Whisky Society is my jam, but there's no like clubs or memberships or whatever they call their places around near me, so it's never felt like it's worth being a member. So we got Blowtorch Blast and a splash of ash. A splash of ash. Solid names. Next is a wild 30-year-old Port Asker. Wonder how much that bottle would be. I'm not going to look it up.
I've just decided I'm not even going to try.
It's beyond me. Followed by the AD Rattery Stoischer. Specifically the 60.5% version. I've had the Whiskey Baron Stoischer, and it's great to see someone else putting forward an Indie Stoischer. That's a fun name to say. Stoischer. If you've had enough Bunnahabhain on this list, I'm sorry. Another one, Amoyne Oloroso 2017. I'm going to have another gander, aren't I? There's a very cool classic label on that. Again, this is something I know nothing about. Then the last pick is an Ardbeg 1815 It seems to be between 3,000 and 5,000 when on sale.
Jeez, what a bargain. We should all get one.
A 33-year-old Ardbeg that was distilled in 1974. Pretty wild picks, and to combat that he's also provided a not so wild list, which we'll quickly fly through. These are ones that I kind of heard of. So we got the Port Aqvavitae 100% proof. Port Aqvavitae apparently is just banging stuff. I've tried one or two. I think I tried one at Bristol Whisky Festival last year. Didn't go this year. Sad times. We've got an Ardbeg Kiwigor, an Ardbeg 10-year-old, Lefroy 10-year-old cash strength, and any bourbon matured cash strength Deutscher.
I'm going to allow it.
So flying next to my whiskey twin, the person who I tend to rope in a lot of my live streams, and that is the whiskey mechanic Rob. In fifth, another appearance for the Ardbeg Ugadale. Everyone is picking this beauty. If you've not tried it, I think this is a sign you need to go grab a bottle. Fourth, Kilchoman rearing his head again with a McLoughlin cash strength. Cannot deny that. I think I do prefer the regular bottle, especially like when you include the value case, the value argument to it all, but yeah, that's a real banger. Third, no turd, it's the Boona 12 cash strength popping its head again. His second pick is the cheese bomb that is Bruichladdich beer barley. This is one that's just like forever going to be etched in my mind at the Glasgow Whisky Festival. It was like when we sipped it, you were just chewing cheese, and that is a good thing.
It's so good. And cheesy.
And number one, saying Lefroy is the big daddy dram on the island, going with the powerful punch of the 10-year-old cash strength. This just shows the difference ABV can make. And again, Lefroy, why are we getting 40% in the UK? Now, buzzing over to Cezary The FLY Mucha. 2 picks for number 5, he's put Lefroy quarter cask and Ardbeg 10. 2 great bottles which could easily battle it out. Though, I think the Ardbeg 10 may edge it through.
Oh, that's controversial. Oh.
Number 4, Aqvavitae, 100% yes. Been really impressed by this beautiful bottle which often comes in on offer. You've then got Kilchoman McLoughlin, great to see it again. Great pick. Then another appearance for Boona 12 cash strength. I think I better get this one. Is that like 3 or 4 votes for this already?
Everyone is talking about it. You must know that.
Then rounding off with the perfect Port Charlotte 10. You can't argue, they have taste. Now on to Kiwigor, who says no particular order, but we are playing by my rules. Number 5 being Lefroy fanboy, he's going with a 10 cash strength. Again, there's a consensus. I like I pointed that out like there was a bust there. Followed on by the Ardbeg 10, also saying this is the best flask whiskey for hiking. Can't argue with that, and I bet after a few runs we wouldn't be able to get that peat reek out of that flask. Not that you would want to.
In a flask!
Lagavulin 12 cash strength before the label changed and the price went up. Really feel that the big Lagavulin price leap has hindered them. The 16 is always now dropping on offer and I can't see it selling at the new price point. Like, I love their special releases, so I bet this one was a banger. Then rounding off, coming in strong once again, the Kilchoman Aqvavitae. And also a cheeky bonus mention to more indie Kalila. I'm going to allow it. Coming on to Barris with a strong list just showing how good the core range bottles are in Islay. Number 5, another vote for the Boona 12 cash strength. Do we feel the cash strength has killed off the standard 12 in the enthusiast's eyes? That seemed a little deep for my channel. What's your favourite dinosaur? Let me know. Number 4, Aqvavitae, once again, just banging. The replacement for the 16 in my books. And coming in, Kilchoman and Aqvavitae. The Bottle Slap Club do have great taste. Down to another Ardbeg double whammy. The Ugadale for that number 2 spot with a fantastic Ardbeg 10 taking number 1. Interesting, there's been no picks for the many Ardbeg special releases. Coming in with Mitch, DameJudiHench, Lagavulin 8 in the number 5 spot. We're certainly seeing a few duplicates going on here, so think of it as proof just how banging these bottles are. Is the term banging like universal? Do people think I'm just like banging bottles against the desk? Wouldn't put it past my channel. Banging means good.
You learn something new every day.
Next is another vote for the Boona 12 cask strength. I think this could be the most picked bottle so far, or maybe that's the Oogie. I may put a tracker up here, but I'm also lazy. Good luck, future Jeff.
You're not the boss of me, you know.
Then you've got Port Charlotte 10 with the Lefroy 10 cask strength, like some strong groupthink going on here. The number 1 is Lefroy 16, which is your ultimate dram. I've heard so many amazing things about this whiskey, but I've never tried it. A few times I've had it in my basket and I've heard it's being discontinued, it has been discontinued or something. I'm not sure, I think I need to pull my finger out. Then rounding off to Ballycullen. Number 5 is the Lefroy Quarter Cask, possibly one of the best value Islay bottles. Then Boona 12 and not the cask strength. So that answers my earlier question, is everyone moving to the cask strength? Clearly not.
You look like a fool, don't you?
Followed by Port Charlotte 10 and Ardbeg 10. Great dams, and the number 1 is that Lefroy cask strength again. There is certainly a pattern going on here, and think this little crowdsure list is just a great shopping list.
When I say bye, bye!
Huge thanks to my YouTube members who've submitted their picks and letting me do a bit of Jeff's judgment on it. To be fair, I don't think there's any bad picks, which is a shame because I would like to get a bit more edgy, you know, got to get those views somehow. But do you have a top 5 Islay list? Let me know down below. If you've enjoyed this, slap a like, hated it, a dislike. Either way, grateful to have you here. All the best and cheers to the next one.